in Taos, New Mexico. We officially had 2 solo finishers. And so we reassessed things and we moved it to Durango. Not only is it beautiful, if you can see behind me, which unfortunately you can't, we have about a gazillion-dollar view sitting up here. And Durango is a huge cycling town. They're 100% behind this race. And since we've moved it to Durango last year and this year, almost everybody who started has been able to finish. We've had record-breaking times. We've nearly doubled our field every year. So we're just thankful that not only do you keep coming back, you keep bringing more people. So get the word out, and again, thank you for that. So let's introduce the people who are really important here, who it's not me, but you. And we're going to start, I'm going to introduce a team that is not here because unfortunately they had to go back to work, and that would be the Texas Flyboys, a 4-man team from Texas. They finished last night, and I just dropped all my cards. So I'm going to have somebody maybe help me pick those up. And our next team will be Team 402, which I have in my hand. I can remember the team names. I can't remember which team name goes with what number, but Team Watts Up. Team Watts Up. Graham Howard, Diane Me Otto, and Janet Wilson, and Jillian Evans. I apologize ahead of time if I completely butcher anybody's name, but I'd like to have all of you come up here and be recognized. And I'm going to let one of you say a few words about your experience here at Race Across the West. I do know for a fact that you were suckered into this by one of our solo racers, Peter Euler. So I will let you blame him for that. But otherwise, I'm going to let you say a few words.
Graham?
Oh, okay.
Get tight. Oh, sorry.
Thank you. I know you got a lot of introductions to make, so I'll keep it short and sweet. These girls did a fantastic job. They absolutely did. I was lucky enough to be asked to join them, and I got 3 sisters, but I learned more about 3 women in the past 48 hours than perhaps I cared to know. But we had a lot of fun, and fantastic crew as well. I know we're up here, but the crew is so fantastic. So thank you very much, and can't tell you when and where we'll be back, but I think maybe some seeds have been sown.
Well, I refer to this race, Ram and Rise, Hotel California. You check in, but you never leave. So, good luck trying. Speaking of which, I'm going to call up our next team, which is Team R401, Team Ram.
Oh, yeah.
We're going.
And on this team, we're actually missing one of the members of this team, and that would be Tim Case. He not only raced on Team Ram, not only did they win the 4-man division without a crew, speaking of crew, and we all sitting here know how important crew are, these 4, well 3 plus 1 somewhere on the road, crewed themselves and finished first in the 4-man division. Tim Case is now crewing for a Ram solo racer, which is why he's not here. He is crewing for Donica Cuttress, and I probably just butchered that, from Ireland. So unfortunately, or fortunately, he happened to come through Durango right at our banquet time, so Tim is now on the road working. But while I have these boys up here, and in the interest of keeping things moving, I'm going to present them with their awards, and while we get their awards, I'm going to let them say a few words, but they are our first place 4-person team, so a round of applause for that. And I am going to let Mr. Andy Claflin say a few words about his experience and what it was like doing this race without a crew.
Well, everyone here knows whether you have a crew or not, it's brutal, it's hot, it hurts, and it's you really got to bring yourself together to make it all work. We were blessed. We had people who have raced this, crewed this numerous times over. So That was the benefit I think that we had, was we could come into this and we knew that it was probably just going to really hurt a lot. But it was interesting. I mean, you go from biking to driving to navigating to making sandwiches to biking to, you know, you become the consummate crew member instantly after getting off the bike, and you're staying in your short cycling clothes for 3 hours at a crack, and, you know, and the van, we'll probably end up paying an extra $500. That was just a nasty, absolute mess. And so, but you know, you didn't have, I raced Ram 4-person across the country. Jeff was on that as a crew member, and you start to develop like these animosities towards people, because you see them for a short period of time, you can get angry, diffuse as you blow it off. This was different. It was like you had no time to really get angry. You just had to get things done, and so you just kind of recirculated anger into aggression, and then you
took it out on the bike.
Yeah, you just like, get me on the bike. It's time for me to get out of the van. So, but we all did a great job. We went through a lot of sleep deprivation, a lot of nutritional. I mean, if you missed your turn to eat and drink, you know, you're done. I mean, if anyone rode out of Flagstaff in that heat and wind and dust, it's easy to forget to drink and eat when you got tailwinds at 40 miles an hour, and all of a sudden you're done. 2 hours later, you're dehydrated and hallucinating, and that's why we all come back. Right?
I think it's just because you're insane.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Finally coming into the finish line, the strong people were still riding strong, and I was starting to fail pretty bad. And then, you know, Tim and Jeff really pulled through on the end to really make it all come together. So it was really good. Good team effort.
All right, well, let's hand these boys their awards for the 4-person overall winners. So Andy Claflin, Jeff Magnuson, Eric Began, and Tim Case, who is now on the road crewing and will be finishing up with us in Annapolis. So I'm going to hand these guys their trophies, and then we will continue on with Team Pyrenees. So boys back there, I see you. Get ready. You're coming up next.
Oh, thank you. That's it.
Just rode 860 miles. I think you can lift a couple rocks.
Very good.
Get out of here.
Yeah, hold it up.
All right. Next up, our 400 Team Pyrenees. Team members Tony Clatch, Tim Saline, Michael Danch, and Jared Livesley. They finished with an average speed of 17.7 miles an hour, 2 days, 0 hours, 19 minutes. And they are here to say a few words about what Race Across the West was like.
Who wants this?
Who's the responsible party?
Tony will take it. So, our team's kind of fun because we all met on a Tour de France trip. Oh, yeah, move me around here, sorry. So we all met on a Tour de France trip, you know, with the Thompson Tours and Trek Tours. So kind of a neat story because we're all from different parts. A couple of us are from Chicago, North Carolina, Minneapolis, and we just decided to do this, and it was pretty fun. We, you know, coming into this, we thought, oh, this could be great. You know, we can kind of check out RAM and see what RAM's all about. And then when you realize what these guys are going through with RAM, just after what we went through, I mean, it's huge. I mean, what a big event. So I think we already started talking about coming out again because we really enjoyed it. But we're going to change our team name to, what are we going to change the team name to?
Get this bike away from me.
Get this bike away from me. We got a couple of sayings after our legs. It's like, get this bike away from me. We get the hell off the bike. No, we had a blast. We thought the race organization was really good.
And the race director.
Race director's on top of things, you know, did a great job. And so we enjoyed it. I don't know what else, any other stories?
We got to thank our crew. We had an incredible crew that we couldn't have done with this without. I mean, I can't imagine going unsupported, the 4 of us doing it ourselves like Team Ram did, because, you know, we had great support and just can't imagine doing it without these guys. So, thank you, Steve, and thank you, Joey. We appreciate all you did.
Huge. Yeah, huge.
Am I still speaking? Yeah. I am. All right, the next team we're going to recognize, unfortunately, is on their way back to Canada because apparently they have jobs and have to go back to work on Monday. So not only did they win the two-person division, that was John Secord and Jeff Plant of Team Secant. They are official two-man team winners. They are now driving back to Canada so they can show up to work on time Monday morning. So congratulations to our two-place winner, our two-man person team winner overall. So round of applause for them. I'm sorry they couldn't be here. They actually picked up their award this morning on their way out of town, but they did a great job. Our next team, I believe they're here, is All Wheels for Fibromyalgia, two-person mixed team. They're a brother and sister team. And now that we're 4 years old and we're reaching the toddler stage, we are old enough to have some records more than just, you know, one male solo finisher. We now have an official two-person mixed team record. That time will be 2 days, 2 hours, 4 minutes, an average of 17.13 miles an hour. And at the beginning of all of this, Carl Wynecki, the brother of Denise Stone, I said to him at the start line in Oceanside, I said, you know, if I had to do one of these races with my brother or my sister, one of us wouldn't make it because somebody would die. And I don't know how you're going to get through this, but I couldn't do it, and I wish you the best of luck. Not only are they here, they set a record with a smile on their face, and they're going to have a few words to say. So, Denise.
Carl couldn't make it because he was the one that didn't survive. No, actually it's Father's Day tomorrow, so he had to leave early to be the father. But we had an amazing race. We had a great time. We did four-person the last couple of years, so for us this was a lot harder than doing four-person. And just figuring out how to get any amount of sleep, and the crew was amazing. We have all of our family and friends support us, and we just had we were proud to ride for the Fibromyalgia Association, and we had a great time. Thank you.